Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. There we are.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 906th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and small bleep energy. It is Tuesday, December 20th of 2022. It is good to have you guys in today. Christmas is 5 short days away. I've almost got my Christmas shopping done. But like most people, I tend to put off Christmas shopping until the very last second. But good to have you guys in today. Hell of a show for you guys today. As always, we are jam-packed. I'm going to open up the phone lines a little later on to get your thoughts on the Brittney Griner situation, specifically why black men remained silent on the Brittney Griner situation. And the reason I'm actually going to be talking about this is because there is an article that was posted on Madame Noir a short while back. It was actually 2 days ago. Dear black men, Brittney Griner deserved better from you. So I'm going to read that article. I'll react to it. I'll give you guys my take on the Brittney Griner situation. Then I will open up the phone lines, and you guys will have the floor. So very much looking forward to having that conversation. That should be educational to say the least. But we're gonna start with friend of the show, friend of the program, Just Pearly Things. So she recently did a podcast with women. I don't know what they were discussing, but all of a sudden the topic of harassment and such came up. And as usual, women lost their collective minds when they talked about this particular situation. So I'll tell you what, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it would help if I turned up the volume.
Look, I'll give a prime example. Jeremy Meeks, criminal. Oh, his mugshot came out. Do you remember this? This guy's mugshot came out. All of a sudden, all these girls are like, oh, he's so hot.
he's a bad person.
This guy came out of prison and became a model, and now he's like top level.
Felons have 30% more children than non-felons. So when girls say they like nice guys, they don't.
There you go.
I think
there it is. There it is. That's it. That's it. That's it. Pearl is absolutely right. Yeah, criminals have 30% more children than most people. Girls say they like nice guys. They clearly do not. Here's another thing. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's a stat out there that says something around 60% of all men throughout history have not procreated. So only 40% of the total male population ever has procreated, while 99.9% of the female population all time has procreated, had a kid.
we've made nice guys to feel like they don't have the confidence to come up and talk to us because we've made them feel like that because we're constantly choosing the bad guys.
I mean, not
necessarily
some of the
all
nice,
of them.
some of the nice guys don't even want the modern women. They just they just had enough of them.
Because they
What's it
know
called?
that
Men gone their own way.
Oh yeah, big towel.
That's it, and they just go because they've had enough.
I think
I think some nice guys know that some women can be absolutely.
But wait, quickly, you said the onus isn't on.
It's not. I don't think the onus of guys who don't have confidence to speak to women is on women. That is your personality trait, hon. That's got nothing to do with me.
You don't think?
Well, now I actually agree. With this black girl. This is the only thing I agreed on. This is the only thing I agreed with her on. The onus is not on women to make men feel more comfortable approaching them. The onus is not on them. It's not. Now, if a woman wants you to approach, she has to show you that she wants you to approach, right? But And as unfair as that sounds, guys, women don't owe us anything. We don't owe them anything. They don't owe us anything. That's all there is to it. That being said, just because women should not be held responsible for a man's lack of balls in terms of approaching her does not mean that they are not part of the problem. And we are going to get into this right now.
Nice guys.
I think it can be.
Because I think this conversation is that we tend to generalize a lot.
Yeah.
And I get it because I guess that's what is in your view. So it's easy.
No, but she just contradicted herself. We don't generalize we don't generalize a lot because that's our personal view. We generalize because we talk about the majority. So already she is indirectly trying to point out the exceptions to the rule, and the conversation hasn't even started yet. Eben Zuer says, why do women hate generalizations? Because they're true. Because 9.5 times out of 10, these generalizations apply directly to them. That's why they hate them.
To generalize, but I think there are nice guys who, because really and truly, it's not like this. There's a lot of nice guys that are single.
Yeah,
they're getting girls.
Yeah, and
what nice guys does she know are getting girls? See, this is another case of a woman just saying something to be right. Nice guys ain't out here getting girls like that. What kind of, and how does she define a nice guy? Right? Yeah, they're getting girls. No, they're not. What kind of girl, dude? What kind of girls are these nice guys getting, if any?
And some of them are very committed in relationships.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's easy for us to obviously say that, we can talk about a certain type of girls and blah blah because that's really what's in our view. But I don't believe if I meet a guy who's shy and whatever, I don't believe that women of I think his personality anyway, he's an introvert or he's shy anyway. And
here's the thing, though. Yes, there are some men that are naturally introverts and some men that are naturally extroverted. But when men are constantly beat down, especially when talking to girls, yeah, that's a good way of making a man an introvert. If you put your hand on the stove and you burn your hand, you're not going to want to put your hand on the stove, right? That's an extreme example, but that's what she's taught. This is what she's failing to miss. The reason why there are so many, look, I'm sure that there are a lot of men out here who think they're introverted. I used to get calls on my show all the time. Donovan, I'm an introverted person, and we're having an outgoing conversation. I'm like, no, you're not introverted. You're just introverted around girls. And the reason why men are introverted around girls is because of the M2 movement, as they will discuss here in a second.
And maybe that is heightened when he meets other women and he doesn't have the confidence. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that onus is on women making him shy. I don't think
it's not.
I understand what she's saying. I understand what she's saying to a point. She says the onus is not on women to make men shy. But I don't think she understood exactly. I don't think she understood what she was saying. The reason why more men are shy is because women blow out men like this. And when we say blow out, when a man approaches her, she gets rude, she gets loud. I don't want to. That's being blown out.
It's not the onus is on women. It's like we're responsible for the men that we pick.
Yeah. I agree with that part. But she was saying how she thinks that guys are. Like the shy guys, they don't have the confidence to approach women because
it's partially our fault because feminism had this whole Me Too movement.
Yeah. Bingo. Listen, it's not all women's fault. But they definitely need to be held accountable for this. And it's for exactly the reason that Pearl just said.
Yeah,
so like we're complaining like they're shy because they don't know if they're going to be Me Too'd if they approach the wrong girl. No, seriously,
that's what it is.
There is a YouTuber that just came out where he approached a girl in public, and she literally called the park police on him.
Unbelievable.
And this was in 2022.
Yeah, but there was guys that were shy.
You see, everyone's like, nah, that can't be true. How do you know? They're just disagreeing to disagree.
Before the Me Too movement started. So what's their excuse?
That's why I said.
Oh, here she goes. Here we go. Oh, they were shy before the M2 movement started. So what's their excuse? Ay. And look, man, check this out. What this woman on your screen is showing you, guys, women don't care about your problems. They really don't. They can act like they care, but they don't. They shouldn't care, but trust me, they absolutely do not. Women do not care about male problems. They do not care. They don't. And the interesting thing is, The interesting thing is women a lot of times, more times than really I think most of us realize, that the things that they attack men on, are come from. Here comes my thingy is messing up here. The things that they attack men are things that they have no control over. Hang on, guys. I have no idea. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that. The things that women attack men are, the things that women attack men on are things we have no control over, right? They'll attack a man because of his height. A man can't control how tall he is. They'll attack him, you're going bald. He doesn't have any control over that, right? Now, as far as a man being an introvert, if he's a natural introvert, that's perfectly fine. He still doesn't have control over that. But again, that's not women are not going to care. They do not care.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Like, so Me Too was what, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
How long were you really in the dating game?
Yeah, but
it's like most of the
there you go.
Because I've got a lot of life experience.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna ask Andy.
Oh, there it is. How long have you been in the dating game? And she gives up the hotel. She gives up the hotel. Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Listen to what she says. So Pearl tells her, hey, man, okay, so the hashtag M2 movement has been out for, 5, 6, 7 years. And so she's really, and so what Pearl is saying, you don't really have that much, experience in the dating game. What does she say?
Auntie, do you feel like men
Let's run that back. Sorry about that.
Lease on him? Yeah. And this was in 2022.
Yeah, but there was guys that were shy before the Me Too movement started.
Yeah.
So what's the excuse?
Well, that's why I say it's a bit.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Like,
Yep,
5, 7?
I apologize. Okay, so I'm about to destroy a $600 piece of equipment if this doesn't stop. Apologies.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
How long were you really in the dating game?
Yeah, but that's the thing, because I've got a lot of life experience.
Okay, actually.
Yep, I've got life experiences. Translation.
She belongs to the streets.
It's funny how women tell on themselves, don't they?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Auntie. Do you feel like men approach women more or less now?
I think they approach women less now.
Of course,
because women look more fierce. They wear more war paint, and because the men are scared.
Yep.
Because nowadays it takes a couple of rare things to happen for all men to be labelled. So now you don't even know whether to approach a woman or not, because you don't know whether she's going to say that you're harassing her, leave her alone. And sometimes you might even just want, a man might just want to say, excuse me, love, do you know the time? No!
Yeah. Another time, check your watch.
It's happened. A girl dropped something and I've gone.
Yeah, but check this out. And Devin nailed it in the chat. Women are less approachable. But guys, this is the world that women wanted. Women didn't listen. Women wanted to be they wanted control over their over their sex lives. They got it. They didn't want to be judged for sleeping around. They got that too. They want to reserve the right to retroactively withdraw consent. Guess what? They're enabled to do that too. Get guys in trouble with just their word and with no proof. We've seen many cases. We've seen many cases that apply that way. This is why men are not approaching. Women created this. Women created the environment that they are now complaining. Why don't guys approach me anymore? Because you guys are not approachable anymore. That's why.
I want to give it back. And she gave me some dirty look. I was like, so I took it, I snapped it. It was an Oyster card. I snapped it.
Look at that. Do you see the look on those girls' face? Listen to this. Look. The two girls, look at the two girls here on the left. The two white girls on the left-hand side of your screen. Watch their facial expression as he tells the story about him just returning something to somebody that got dropped. Look at their facial expressions. They're like, we don't give a shit. We don't care. Also, it shows that they know it's true. Watch.
Give it back. And she gave me some dirty look. I was like, so I took it, I snapped it. It was an Oyster card.
See? She like, not our problem. See? Look, they're both smiling. They're, yeah, whatever. Women don't give a shit about your problems, guys. They don't.
I snapped and went my way.
Yeah. See?
Okay, I'll give you.
And that's why a lot of men just don't approach women.
I do believe like your personality trait, you can be quite shy and an introvert. Me personally, I'm very, very shy. But when you are in a...
Yeah, girls can afford to be shy, guys. Let's make this distinction. Girls can afford to be shy. As a matter of fact, it's more attractive. Shy girls are far more attractive than extroverted girls. Extroverted girls, we all know, big hoes. We already know that. If she's an extrovert, she definitely sleeps around. So women can afford to be shy. Men, we can't. In any part of life, we cannot afford to be shy. Can't.
A situation where you feel comfortable, you can come out of your shell. And with
the big Elvis, the Chief Rosenberg with a $5 super chat. I appreciate that very much.
Some guys, with some girls, they can come out their shell, whereas other women have made them feel, no, you stay shy because
women are becoming a lot.
I don't think that. I think guys will approach you if they feel good about themselves. So if they feel like they're, pushing gym or whatever that to build their own self-confidence,
I know guys that feel good about themselves. Like they're like, yeah, I'm good looking. I go to the gym. I'm a nice person.
And he won't approach a girl,
but he'll look at a girl and be like, no, I won't approach her because we like, or that girl looks so good and.
No. This is the death of femininity. I think a lot more women are masculine because back in the day, women would signal. And even when we had Kit on the other day, he educates women. He educates women how to signal to allow a man to feel comfortable enough to get to approach a girl.
Listen to what this man just said. There are actually people who are out here teaching women how to signal that they are interested in a man. Modern women have no idea whatsoever how to signal interest. They don't. They have no effing clue. And so now there are classes being taught how to make yourself more approachable.
So maybe that's the problem, Eddie. Maybe the problem is men aren't actually looking for women's signal before they're approaching. So when a girl is now...
Sweetheart, women don't give choosing signals anymore. Another excuse.
Calling Park Patrol is because she's not signaled to you. She's not showed you she's any interested. You don't know what her relationship status is. And maybe wait for the cues for a woman to now signal.
Maybe wait for the cues, but sometimes you just got to take a shot in the dark. I mean, that's just, dude, 90% of the girls I approached in Vegas, cold approached, there were no choosing signals. 90%. No choosing signals. Sometimes when you see an attractive woman, this is what men do. If I see an attractive woman, I'm going to approach her.
I think that women are way less quick to jump the gun on that one as well.
The women are less feminine.
Can I say this? I think women embody masculinity more now.
100%. No, I'm not saying that.
No.
There it is. Bingo. She nailed it.
But look at this. Check this. Go on. I don't know if anyone else uses TFL regularly. Maybe I'm poor, but go on the tube. You see the advert. Staring harassment. So it puts men on edge.
Yeah, report. There's a phone number to call if he stares at you too long.
No guy's going to want to approach a girl because he's going to be like...
No, but if we flip it to like countries where there isn't that, a lot of men take advantage. So it's not...
Oh, here we go. A lot of men take advantage of women in other countries. Sweetheart, you live in England. I hate it, dude. I absolutely hate it when girls talk about what other women go through in other countries. When they talk about what women go through in countries that they don't live in. Well, in other countries, how is that your problem? How is that your problem? Dude, women in the West have it so good. And here's another thing. This woman doesn't give a damn about women in other countries. God damn it. This woman doesn't care about women in other countries. Dude, this is really starting to get old. She's acting like she actually gives a damn about women in other countries. She doesn't. The only reason why she's bringing up women in other countries is to help her argument. Death Row, welcome to Chat
These are
Privileges.
put in.
At Death Row to welcome him to the TSR family. Death Row, if you would, put your put your age and location in the chat.
There for women.
Do the majority of men, are the majority of men the men you're describing?
Sorry?
Are the majority of men the men you're describing? So the men you're saying that take advantage.
About in a country like where this isn't the social norms, where you have.
You see how she just dodged the question? So the dude just asked her, okay, women in other countries go through X, Y, and Z, but you're talking about the minority. She's talking about the exceptions to the rule. That's what he's trying to get her to say.
No, but Martin, is that the majority of men?
There you go.
Sorry, what
is that?
See?
Do you
see? Now all of a sudden she's playing ignorant. No, she knew exactly what he was asking.
The majority of go on.
Do you think the majority of men are doing that in those countries?
In those countries, what, going up to women unsolicited? Yeah, 100%.
It's normal to them.
100%, and they're grabbing girls and they're
the majority.
Whoa, wait a minute. Do you see what she just did there? She went from men who approach women unsolicited to men grabbing girls. Do you see how women escalate that stuff? She just took the conversation from men approaching women unsolicited, which, by the way, isn't a crime yet, to men grabbing girls. You see how she just married those two together?
The majority of men in those countries.
Death Row says, thanks, I'm 27 from Australia, and she's a female. Very feminine name.
Are grabbing girls.
100%.
So the majority of men in those countries are committing assault.
Yes, I've been.
Unbelievable. She just sat here and said the majority of men in other countries are assaulting women. We went from unsolicited approaching to assaulting women. This is where these conversations go. This is almost exactly what the girl did when I was hanging out with the Savo brothers a couple of weekends ago. I asked her straight up, name one right that men have that women don't. And she said, let's talk about reproductive rights, which absolutely had nothing to do with the question that I asked her. Nope, she just wanted to bring in reproductive rights just to argue. That's what this woman is doing. Shout out to Robert Brooks. Welcome to Chat Privileges. At Robert Brooks to welcome him to the TSR family. Robert, if you would, put your age and location in the chat. I actually used to work with a guy named Robert Brooks. It's probably not him, or it could be the retired Green Bay Packers receiver, Robert Brooks, opposite side of Antonio Freeman.
That's your view on men.
No, that's not my view on men. That's cultural differences. Mm-hmm. In my country, even where women's rights are not like, I'm not here saying women are equal to men. Uh-huh. I'm saying, but if a woman doesn't want to be touched, don't touch her. Mm-hmm. That's even a religious side. If you don't touch her.
I'm with you.
Yeah. In them countries where
what countries?
Like, even
here we go. Pearl is going to put her on the spot. Which countries? So women are used to making, and this is why these podcasts are important. This is why Fresh and Fit's important. This is exactly why Kevin Samuels was important, and this is exactly why Pearl's podcast is important. You have to ask these questions, man. You have to ask these questions. Substantiate your claims. She just said, well, there are countries where most men just grab women. And again, that wasn't even what the conversation was about. She went from regular approach to assault. That's where she went. And now Pearl is asking her, okay, what countries are you talking about?
Parts of Asia, Africa.
Can you name them?
Nope.
Countries that I've traveled to, Egypt, Morocco, just say. Morocco.
Morocco.
Sorry, let's say Morocco. Uh-huh. I've had men approach me millions, and I've said no.
Approach you, but...
Okay, whoa, okay. So, a couple of things here. Number one, men in Morocco aren't grabbing bitches off the street. They're just not doing that. I've been to Morocco. They don't do that. That's an extreme. That's the first thing. The second thing, who is approaching that? That's what I want to know.
What, the French toast?
Good question, Kevin. Who in the world is approaching that? I will never understand I will never understand why it's always the women who look like her who claim that they get hit on all the time. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Who in the world, like who in the, and again, let's just call a spade. She's lying. What she is saying, what the words that just came out of her mouth were untrue. Men don't approach her in other countries, man. Men don't approach you. You're not their type, dude. You're not their type to keep it clean for YouTube.
No. But you said you said grabbed.
They will grab you.
So
they will grab you. Even
you.
in Dubai, they grabbed one of my friends and she literally
I've been.
Even in Dubai. She says one of my friends. Interesting. Night Commander with the €5 super chat says, my good brother, keep in mind that your podcast is important too. Humble hello, sir, and many blessings to you all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
To Dubai, I was fine. I had no issues.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying again.
And I went with my and I went with my family. Sorry.
Yo, Pearl made sure she absolutely dude, Dubai is one of the safest countries. Dude, Dubai is one of the safest countries in the world. But I love how Pearl, she said, stop the show. I went with my family. Like, she looked at the camera and said, just so we're clear, I went to Dubai with my family. That's a very important distinction to make.
Yeah. But also, and again, maybe this is where the cultural differences are. When it comes to even like me traveling as an Asian woman, they don't see me as my British passport. They see me as an Asian woman.
What does that have to do with anything?
If I go to Dubai, they're seeing me as a Bangladeshi woman, and they will take advantage of that, thinking I'm a Bangladeshi.
And how exactly do they do that? How are men in Dubai taking advantage of poor little innocent you? Come on.
It's just interesting because I know a couple people from those countries and they don't actually have the same views as you.
100%.
That grew up in those you said. Well, I think you said Morocco. Was that
Can
Morocco?
I just say, as a Moroccan myself,
majority.
As a Moroccan, I'll say this: the context in which this happened. You were on holiday, right? And you're saying that people grabbed you? What was the context of that grabbing?
No, I'm not saying that they're constantly grabbing. I'm saying this.
But that's what she said. Do you see this? She said these are the words that she used. There are other countries where women are just grabbed by men. Most of the men just grab women. That's BS, man. And she knows it. And now they're going to pick her apart because now they're going to make her substantiate her claim.
Approach, constantly trying to talk.
Yeah, but can I
see? She said approach. No, first we said approach, then we said grab.
Say, as a Moroccan, were you a tourist? Were you in a tourist area? Were you in the Medina? Were they approaching you to sell you things? What?
No, I was just walking the beach.
There you go.
I was walking the beach. Even if it's a touristic area, what I'm saying is some countries, even just say when I go Bangladesh and I'm not a tourist, and I'm in my own country, clothes, everything, guys will still feel like they have a right to come and speak to you.
Okay.
Guys, they have a right to come. They feel that they have a right to come and speak to you. Well, that's because they do. Like, this is the problem with modern women. This is the problem with modern women, man. They honestly believe that their presence is just so omnipotent that you must earn the right to come and speak with them. You must earn the privilege. Speaking with random people at random, that's not against the law. I have a right to talk to whoever I want to talk to. That's all there is to it. So once again, this is a woman complain, and the only time women complain about men approaching them is when the men are unattractive. That's the only time women complain about being approached, right? Very rarely do handsome guys get M2'd. Very, very rarely do handsome alpha Chad types, quote unquote, get hit with a false EPAR charge. Unless, of course, they're a man of means. At that point, it's money driven, right? So for this woman to sit here and say they feel like they have the right to come and talk to you, holy smokes.
What's
Okay,
wrong?
but
What's wrong?
Okay,
with
what's
I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm saying
See?
again, look at social cues. If, like you said, the guy's teaching girls what signaling is, if she's not making eye contact, if she's not, don't approach her. Especially,
and that's how we.
Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? I don't listen, man. Again, if a girl is giving you choosing signals, approaching her is a lot easier. But just because a girl, I do not have to wait for a woman to give me choosing signals for me to go and approach her. I don't. That's not against the law. It is not against the law to talk to people that you are attracted to because you are attracted to them. And yeah, King Life says no one is approaching her. No one is approaching this woman. And you see how she made up that random story? I was just walking along the beach. Were you in a bathing suit? I hope not, because if you were, nobody's approaching you. This is unbelievable. Death Row asks, is this chick trolling? She's got to be.
Guys feel that they're too shy.
The problem I had was when she said majority.
But do you see how this is kind of like the situation that I was describing? Because you're kind of like Me Tooing these guys because they approached you.
Okay, can I just say, as a victim who has been sexually abused as a child, it's...
Here we go. Here we go, man. Here we go. Anytime a woman is cornered, anytime she's sharp angled, now you know what? I'm a victim of EPAR as a child. Double whammy. It is unbelievable. Dude, it amazes me. It amazes me how common this is. The only reason why she just said what she just said is because she was losing the argument. I have a right to feel this way because something bad happened to me when I was younger. I was EPAR'd. You know what? I'm calling it.
Stop the cap.
I don't believe it. I don't believe what she just said. I do not believe it. I'm going to call it straight up. And I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that she absolutely lied. Women always want to play the victim Olympics. That as far as a woman is concerned, as soon as they say I was EPAR'd or SA'd, that gives them carte blanche to say and do whatever it is they want to say and do. This is ridiculous. Here's another thing. If that really did happen to her as a child, if that really did happen, dude, people don't talk about that stuff in public. Dude, people don't even tell. Dude, when that stuff happens, people don't tell they don't tell their own friends and family, let alone on a YouTube channel with better than 800,000 subscribers. We really got to, and the reason why women use this trump card because they know you can't call that into question. They know that you can't call that into question because if you say, you know what, I don't believe you. Where's the proof? Oh my God! And then you get you get canceled. That is one of many trump cards that women use. Well, I have a right to feel this way because this happened to me. Give me a break. John Doe with the $5 super chat says the men approaching her obviously have no standards. That's just it, John. Nobody's approaching this chick.
Yeah, it is deep. And if I don't want you accessing my personal space, don't do it.
See, there it is. There's the victim card.
It's not just me too. No, I talk to everyone. I'm a very social being. Eddie knows I'm very social. You trying to cross that line? No.
Cross that line? What is she talking about? The dude just wanted to talk, assuming that the dude just wanted to talk to her.
That's not necessarily the guy's fault because if I personally myself, I've been through the same thing, but I would never be able to look at a guy and say, you know, it's your fault if I'm getting mad that you're coming up and to talk to me.
I'm not saying I get mad.
He
sounds like it to me.
Doesn't know what's happened to you, so he shouldn't be able to feel like too shy to still come try to talk to you.
I will never call call police on a man trying to say hello to me at the park. I will smile and I'll go on my way. If he is now...
Okay, so what's the problem?
Following me and trying to take advantage of that situation, yes, I will panic. And that's, again, my traumas, I'll panic. If he understands, she doesn't want to say hello and he minds his business, there's no problem.
And I think that's what it is.
But you said the majority of men are grabbing girls.
There you go. Thank you.
In certain
It's not the
countries.
majority.
And that's where like I have an issue with that because I don't think you're correct. I know people from those countries and they would not say the same thing.
There you go.
So it's interesting to me.
She knows people from those countries and they would not say the same thing. There, guys, what this clip proves more than anything else is the frequency with which women lie when discussing these things. They just lie. They just lie. She just sat here and lied about herself to give herself permission to M2 men. Something bad happened to me. So if a guy talks to me, that's crossing the line.
It's your view, because to me that's like your view on men.
But that might be
we're not saying that it
That's
doesn't.
my experience.
No, listen,
I'm not gonna lie.
it's
That's
not,
my experience.
We're
I
not
don't know if
saying
it's
that
my
it doesn't
figure.
happen. We're not
Okay.
saying it doesn't happen. We're saying it's.
It didn't happen to you. That's what I'm saying. And Auntie Jenny is right. Nobody is saying that it doesn't happen, but it ain't happening to her, and not to that degree.
Not the majority.
Okay, it
Thank you.
happens to me
happens,
majority
but
of the
it's
time
not.
I go out.
It happens to me the majority of time I go out.
Stop the cap.
Give me a break. Give me a break. So the majority of the time that goes out, men are hitting on you, men are grabbing you. Give me a break.
And it might be my figure. It might be my, and that's why.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy smokes. I did not hear this the first time I watched this. What did this woman just say?
We're not saying it doesn't happen. We're saying it's not the majority.
Okay, it happens to me majority
but
of the
it's
time
not.
I go out. And it might be my figure. It might be my, and that's why again.
It might be my figure. Did this woman just sit here and tell us that men are so smitten with her, that men are just so overcome with lust and can't stop approaching her because of her figure? Like, you guys understand how ridiculous this is, right? And look at her. Look how confident she is. Oh, maybe it's because of my figure. Well, if your figure were so enticing, why are we covering up with a pillow? Could it be because you are hiding your fupa? Could it be because you're hiding your rolls? You're hiding your figure, yet most of the time you go out, men just can't resist approaching you. Give me a break.
And I don't.
Dude, somebody has got, dude, if we're going to be, we're flying out to London in a couple of months. And if this woman is on the pod and she starts talking, I'll be like, listen, due respect, dudes ain't approaching you like that. I'll tell her straight up, listen, you can tell us whatever you want. You can tell us whatever you want, but dudes ain't approaching you like that. Like you're not like, dude, like you're not attractive, honey. No, you are not attractive enough. You are not attractive enough for men to be approaching you at the rate that you say they're approaching you. You are lying. I would just tell her straight up. I don't believe you for a second. I do not believe you for a second. You got triangular fingers and an invisible collarbone. Miss me with that.
Don't like to, when I go, especially abroad, I don't wear clothes that will insinuate my figure as much or my skin because I like to protect.
You gotta be. I can't believe it. This woman just sat here and said when she travels abroad, she wears clothes to hide her figure. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? And you can see the girl, the Moroccan girl, on the left-hand side. She's not buying it. Look at her face. She's like, really? Really?
Really, nigga?
Ay.
Protect myself. Yeah, it might be that they find me attractive and they want to. Maybe every girl doesn't experience that, but every time I go out, I do.
Maybe every girl doesn't experience that. Dude, this is all cap.
Stop the cap.
This girl actually believes. This girl actually thinks that we believe her stories. This is not only the victim Olympics here, guys. This is not only the victim Olympics here. She's trying to make herself She's indirectly trying to make herself sound attractive. Well, I just get approached all the time. Maybe it's because of my figure. Good God almighty. Devin in the chat says, the Grubhub delivery driver is approaching you to deliver your food, not to hit on you. Yeah, exactly.
Do get approached or I do get spoken to, and I have to now, I smile. It's not like I'm calling police, but I'll be like, no, sorry, I'm not interested, or okay, yeah, no, I'm not single. And I guess every girl says that to guys. I'm not single. Then they'll be like, oh, what? So yeah, you can't have a side boyfriend.
Like, that happened to me this morning.
It's about the approach.
It's just the approach.
I think it's approach. I don't think like if a guy's persistent, like I don't think that's that bad. Like who cares?
No one's saying it's bad. It's
like I don't think he should grab you. I think that's like okay.
The L Factor with the $5 super chat says she is hiding her gut with the pillow. Yep. Absolutely. I have to hide my figure with this pillow. Otherwise, you get a community strike from YouTube for sexually explicit images. Really?
Don't. But like you're telling me, you went to this country and every single guy you saw, or like let's say, so the majority, so let's say 6 out of 10 guys you saw grabbed you.
No, not grab. They will approach me.
Okay, but
well, there he is. Grabbing and approaching are two very different things, and she married them together.
Approaching is an assault.
No, it's not that it's an assault, but it could lead to
be harassment.
Oh, here we go. Approaching is an assault, but it could lead to that. Guys, women like this are dangerous. Women like this are dangerous, guys. Did you hear what she just said? Approaching is an assault, but it could lead to that. Are you kidding me?
Hold up. If I keep smiling and entertaining it and not saying, putting my boundary up, he might think, oh, she's interested. And it's very hard for women. Sometimes I feel like we say yes just because it's easier. Like I take guys' number just because it's easier.
That's not their fault. Like to me, like if a guy approaches me again, like it's annoying, but
it's not
who
assault.
cares?
It's not
like
against the law.
I've been in I went to Martinique. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've been there. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And like guys there, they're like at this beach would like come up to me, and I'm like, who cares? I'd be like, go away.
Okay,
I think
but maybe
it can be sorry, babes. I think it can be intimidating. I think the way a person can approach you, like I think some people, and I think it depends on each person's like how you are, I guess. But I think sometimes the way the way a guy will approach you can make you uncomfortable. I'm a confident person, and I've had guys approach me that's made me feel intimidated. I've given guys my number just so that this interaction can end. I've had guys. I went to a party one time and the guy was like, I think he was the security at the venue, and I left and I didn't realize he was following me. And I'm walking down a dark road. I get in my car. Thankfully, as soon as I get in the car, I lock the doors. I lock the door. He's like, oh, like trying to get my attention. I was like, oh, like, I'm not interested because I feel unsafe in this situation.
Okay, so if what she just said is true, and we all know how truthful women are these days, that's the exception to the rule. Just like Auntie Jenny said, we're not saying this kind of stuff doesn't happen. But for these two women to sit here and suggest that most men in certain countries are like this is dangerous. This is dangerous, man.
He stood there getting his phone out, like he's talking to me, and I'm looking at him like, bro. And I was annoyed because I was in a tight space. I couldn't just kind of just drive off. So I think some guys, it can be like it's just the way they approach you. They don't approach you in a way that makes you feel comfortable.
I'm with you.
Yeah, the security guard wasn't attractive. That was his only crime.
I'm saying like that's not the majority. That's my problem is when you guys are saying that's the majority of men. So that means 6 out of 10 guys are approaching you in that way.
We're not saying it doesn't happen.
Countries.
We're just saying it's not the majority.
It's a lot of men.
Maybe like
I'm using the words. I'm using the words that you said.
Okay, I'm not saying majority of men will physically grab me, but they.
But that's what you said. You said that there are women in other countries. There are women in other countries who are getting grabbed by most men. Do you see how she keeps trying to backtrack? She'll backtrack and then she'll play the victim card. She'll backtrack again, then she'll play the victim card. Modern women, gentlemen. Mike Hawk with a $5 super chat says her cup size is incongruent with her level of delusion. John Henry with a $5 super chat. Jap says never trust a plus size girl with small breasts. That's exactly right. They will try come in my personal space. They might try put their hand around me. They might try touch my arm.
I just think, what world are you in? And 6 out of 10 men are approaching you.
Maybe maybe.
Do you hear what Pearl just asked? In what world do you live in where 6 out of 10 men are approaching you? Translation. And Pearl was being nice. She was being nice. She can't say it, so I will. In what world are women? In what world are men approaching women your size at that rate? This is incredible. This is incredible. The level of delusion is insane.
The young lady at the end. I don't know her name. The young lady at the end. Yeah. I've had lots of friends go to Morocco, and depending on where they go, it depends on how they get treated.
There you go.
And the tourist areas, people that approach people.
That's right.
And when you travel, so it might be the majority in that particular area,
well,
but it is not.
Majority I can speak about.
No, but you're saying the majority of men in Morocco.
No. That's not how I start.
That's literally what she said. She said most men. First she said all men, then they were like, whoa, wait a minute, all men? No, well, most men.
That's not how I started. Hold up, sorry.
That's what you said.
No, that's not how I started. I said there's in this country we have these protections. In other countries we don't.
Yeah.
And when I've traveled to other countries, which is obviously going to be touristy areas, men have been quite in my space.
And then I asked you, is it the majority?
Majority of men in that time have been in my space.
I said in those countries, and you said yes. Well, I promise to God we will clip this.
There it is. So Pearl just caught her in a lie. Pearl just caught her in a lie. Like, and dude, all you have to do is ask the right questions. This is why, dude, whenever you're in a conversation with a woman, if you're in a conversation with a woman and she says something that is questionable, call her on it. Call her on it. Don't accuse her of anything. Just ask her questions. Ask her questions in such a way that makes her tell the truth. This is what Kevin used to do. Kevin was a wizard at this. He used to ask different questions at different times, and it was very strategic so that the women themselves end up voicing the truth. Kevin Samuels used to get these women to say out loud what he wanted to say out loud.
Can I say though, I do think that as much like she can go to Morocco, I can go to Morocco, we go to the exact same place, and we can be different experiences. So I think
here we go.
Each person's experience, like whatever they.
There it is. Everything is subjective. Everything is subjective. Well, your experience might not be like my experience. Blah 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 blah. Give me a break.
Whatever conversation they have is going to be based off their experiences. Exactly. It could be a thing where when she does go out, maybe she goes out 7 days a week.
Oh my
maybe
God.
4 out of 7 days a week, she feels harassed by men. And
4 out of 7 days a week. She feels harassed by men. 4 out of 7 days a week, she feels harassed by men. Men have lost their lives. They've lost their careers. They've lost loved ones. They've lost money. They've lost everything because a woman accused him based on the way she felt.
And that's her. And we can travel the same places.
Okay,
that's fine.
Okay, but this is dangerous. This is that. No, what you said right there. Stop.
Thank you.
But that is dangerous.
How?
You feel harassed.
Did you hear what she said? Sorry about that, guys. Pearl just said that's dangerous, and this woman just said how. This woman just said how. She says that's dangerous. How? Are you kidding me with this? How is that dangerous?
Were you harassed?
Yes.
Feeling harassed is not harassment.
No. If I feel harassed, it's because I've been harassed.
Yeah. What?
Oh, see that? If I feel harassed, it's because I've been harassed. Wow. There it is. If I feel harassed, it's because I've been harassed. There she is, using her feelings.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Sorry about that. Opening up the phone lines. And look at the attitude with which she said this. She thinks that this is like a debate. And this is what I don't like when people debate like this. Is because people lie to win arguments. Listen to watch this.
Stop. But that is dangerous.
How?
You feel harassed. Were you harassed?
Yes.
Were you harassed? Yes. She says, and the girl just said, a girl could go out 7 days a week, and 4 out of those 7 days she can feel harassed. And Pearl just put her feet to the fire. Were you harassed? She says, yep. 2 toes down. Now listen.
Feeling harassed is not harassment.
No. If I feel harassed, it's because I've been harassed.
Yeah.
There it is.
What
look
is
look at the defiance on her face. Look at the defiance on her face, guys. Pearl just called her out. Feeling harassed does not mean that you were harassed. What did she say? Well, if I feel harassed, it's because I've been harassed. Guys, This is who we're dealing with. Ibn Zuer in the chat just nailed it. And they wonder why they don't get approached. They wonder why they don't get approached. King Life says people debate in bad faith, which doesn't help the viewers at all. That's why I don't do debates. Because debates are almost always done in bad faith. I'll have discussions, but I'm not about to debate anybody.
What is harassment?
Being harassed and feeling harassed is different.
What is feeling harassed?
Feeling
you could be walking down the road and the man could be walking behind you and you turn right, he turns right, he turns left, he turns left, and you might feel harassed. He's actually going the same direction you are.
Okay, and then
there
you
it
can
is.
be...
There it is, Auntie Jenny.
The man could follow you, talking to you, excuse me, can I have your number, touch you, can I have your number, following you.
That's harassment.
That is being harassed.
Okay, that's what happens. The being harassed.
Did you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yep, that's what happened. That's what happened. She could not give a specific instance of being harassed. So she waited for Auntie Jenny to tell the story. Okay, yeah, that's what happened.
But can I have your number, touch you, can I have your number, following you. That is being harassed.
Okay, that's what happens.
See? Okay, that's what happened. Unbelievable.
The being harassed happens.
Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Modern women, ladies and gentlemen, modern women. Guys, this is why Western women are at the bottom of the barrel, man. This is why they're at the bottom of the barrel. This is why they are at the bottom of the barrel. Okay. So as you guys have just heard, I've opened up the phone lines. And let's see. Yeah, I've opened up the phone lines. 516-387-1987. 516-387-1987. Pardon me. So go ahead and get in the queue. I'll talk about what we're going to talk about, and then you guys can give me your opinion. So Devin sent me this article that was written a couple of days ago on Madame Noir that says, "Dear black men, Brittney Griner deserved better from you." It was written by Nala Abdur Rahim. And so the article says, "Dear black men, black women have questions on how gender, and not necessarily race, informs who you choose to protect, advocate for, and who you throw to the fire. Brittney Griner's arrest, incarceration, and release made it so plain. Why is it that so many of you were noticeably silent surrounding Brittney Griner's unjust detainment while she was caught in a greater war, kept essentially hostage by the Russian government as a power play to the U.S. imposing sanctions due to the invasion of Ukraine and Russia, yet rallied around Kyrie Irving and his rightfully scrutinized imitations around antisemitism with support and those hashtag I stand with Kyrie tweets." Isn't that interesting? Look, and I'll continue reading this because we'll get through this and I want to get you guys' opinion. Let's get one thing straight. Brittney Griner was not wrongfully detained. She wasn't. She broke a law and she was arrested. Yes, cannabis is legal in much of the United States. It's not legal in Russia. You can't, your American privilege, your Western privilege does not extend to Russia. It doesn't. For them to say she was wrongfully detained, that is factually inaccurate. Brittney Griner broke the law, and so she was arrested. Now, was the 9-year sentence extreme? Yeah, I agree with that. I think the 9-year sentence was definitely extreme. And I'll be honest, I'm glad she's home. Man, I didn't want her. Dude, listen, it didn't give me pleasure that Brittney Griner was, in a Russian prison. No. That is a terrible place to be. But you broke the law. And if you break that country's laws, then you are subject to their prosecution. You guys remember a guy named Michael Fay? A lot of you guys aren't old enough to remember Michael Fay. Michael Fay, back in 1994, a guy from St. Louis, he got caught spray painting, putting graffiti on a building in Singapore. They caught him, arrested him, and his punishment was 6 canes. 6 canes. A cane is it's this big wooden, it's like this big wooden or bamboo. I don't know much about the cane, but they hit you with it. He got sentenced to 6 canes. Eventually they reduced it to 4. Hold on, let me look this up here. Michael Fay, Singapore cane. What is a cane? And I remember there was a big discussion about it. I don't know why I can't find what the cane is. Anyway, a cane, it's a very large and very flexible it's like a flat bat. Basically a weapon. They sentenced him to be caned, and there of course are the canes. Yeah, he was young. But here's the thing. There was a bunch of outrage. On that as well. But you want to know something? Michael Fay deserved to be caned because he broke the law in another country. Yeah, there was a little bit of outrage. Yeah, he was young. There was a little bit of outrage, but not as much as there was with this. Again, no one deserves to be locked up in a Russian prison, right? My opinion is that I thought that the 9-year sentence was way too extreme. And I'm not a prosecutor. I don't know anything about maritime or Russian law or anything like that. But I want to make clear that Brittney Griner broke a law in a foreign country and she was arrested. She was not wrongfully detained. She broke a law and she got punished for it. End of discussion. So, the article continues. Why don't you stand with black women the way black women stand for you? Real question. Here we have Brittney and Kyrie, the tale of 2 basketball stars and 2 topical issues that resulted in punitive action. Wrong again. The author is trying to make what Kyrie tweeted the same as what Brittney did. Kyrie didn't break any laws. Brittney Griner did. There's a big difference. Yes, Kyrie posting something about antisemitism, that was pretty stupid. Especially in this day and age. But he didn't break the law. That's why he wasn't arrested and detained in a Russian prison. Brittney Griner broke the law. It continues, we have countless men who took to social media against the punishment Kyrie Irving received for refusing to apologize and condemn anti-Semitic rhetoric after publicizing a film known for spreading harmful messaging. Kyrie was punished. He was suspended, I think, for 6 or 7 games without pay. But Donovan, Kyrie Irving's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So? But there it is. They called it punishment. Despite being given the opportunity and grace to clarify his thoughts and perhaps own up to his mistake, Irving doubled down on his choices, stating that he, quote, cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. His inaction led to his subsequent suspension, brewing an hashtag I stand with Kyrie social media campaign. Black men came together fervently when they felt one of their own was being unjustly vilified. Black Israelites protested in front of the Barclays Center where the Brooklyn Nets play, and primetime sports analysts tweeted in support of it. Even LeBron James called double standard during post-game press conferences when reporters asked about Kyrie, but skirted around questions on Jerry Jones. Oh, God. So 167 years ago, Jerry Jones was photographed outside of a school, something about segregation. But you want LeBron to answer questions about that. Okay. But hey, at least Brittney Griner got her name on a t-shirt to wear during warm-ups in lieu of the hashtag I Stand With Brittney protest, right? There were no mass black male-led protests planned to advocate for her release. But the beginnings of the Black Lives Matter movement, mainly enacted due to the egregious treatment of black men at the hands of law enforcement, was spearheaded by black women. In fact, the founders of the organization also happen to be black women. Although the foundation has its own issues to address. Oh, isn't that cute? How she just glazed over that. Although the foundation has its own issues to address. Gee, I wonder what those are. At its core and its origins were a group of black women wanting to enact change on behalf of its communal members. One of the founders, Patrice Kahn Cullors, went on to form another organization, Dignity and Power Now, dedicated toward prison abolition. And it expands into our media as well, with black women taking on the duty of spreading the facts and the futures we, especially black men, face in the era of mass incarceration. Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow Law is one of the most popular books that brought this prevalent issue to mainstream focus. Nikki Giovanni, renowned activist and writer, said it best in her conversation with acclaimed writer and activist James Baldwin about the dynamics between black women and black women. Black men and black women. Because I love you, I get the least of you. Black women need and deserve to be uplifted the same way we do black men, because the issues that impact them are almost always intertwined with us as well. This is too damn long. So I'm going to read the end of this. Then he gets into the LGBT. So, black men, will y'all ever stand with black women the way black women stand for you? You know, that's a really, really good question. That's a really, really good question. But when the fuck did black women ever stand up for black men? Like, is that is that a serious question? Have we forgotten about the fact that black women openly celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels? Have we forgotten about that? Have we forgotten about the fact that women openly celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels? They openly celebrated it. Vivica Fox, you reap what you sow. You put bad karma into the world and all that good stuff. What about Kobe Bryant? Do you guys remember how black women celebrated? Do you remember how black women celebrated the death of Kobe Bryant? Kristen Obumsali. I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but Kristen Obumsali, the black man who was 187'd by a white woman, Courtney Taylor. Do you remember how black women reacted to that? But you guys want us to stand with you? A black woman got her ass in trouble. She broke the law, and we're supposed to cape up for women that don't give a fuck about us? I'm going to play you guys a couple of clips here. And Julian from Lake Elsinore, I got you on the line. Jay Blaze, I got you on the line as well. Again, 516-387-1987. I'm going to play you guys a couple of clips and phone calls. I'm going to play you guys, actually, you know what? I'm only going to play one. I'm going to play a phone call that I took when talking about the Courtney Taylor, Kristen Obumsali situation, and why black women were not outraged at the fact that a black man died at the hands of a white woman. And this woman's response, this woman's attitude is prevalent in the black community. Watch and listen. Let us go to 4 black righteous folks in Cali. You're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. You?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am.
I'm good. This is my first time calling.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I can hear you.
Okay, my first time calling. And, very interesting conversation thus far.
Okay.
I just have a couple of things to say. First off, you know, when you were struggling with COVID, there were a couple of people that was like talking about your anti-blackness then. And I really didn't know you at that time because I had heard of your name, but not really. Right. I think you had a spat with O'Shea Duke Jackson or something like that.
Yeah, who hasn't?
But I wasn't really aware of you.
Right.
And I was concerned about you because you're a human being.
Stop the cap.
She said she was concerned about me because I'm a human being. I swear to God, black women love to virtue signal. She was not concerned about me. The only reason why she said she was concerned about me was to give herself permission to talk about me the way she did. Watch and listen.
But what I'm saying is, I know when you came back, you said, hell no, you're not changing your position as what you were talking and this and that and the other. Mm-hmm. And so, you are who you want to be. My problem with this scenario is all these men having these expectations of black women. I'm a black woman, to support someone that was anti-black American. He used on one of his posts Akata, which is a Nigerian term against black Americans. Mm-hmm. Alley cat. Oh, wow. Straight, straggler, like, that's what they call us. Okay. And he, even though he said this 10 years or so earlier, he lived out his imagination with having this white woman later in life. Mm-hmm. So this is a common case of idolatry, okay? If you don't know about the Bible, I'm spiritual. Of
course you are.
But it talks about reverencing something that is, you shouldn't be reverencing. And unfortunately...
You mean holding something in reverence?
What he reverenced took him out. But what I want to ask you, because of all this flack about black women not supportive of him.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
What's wrong with
real quick.
Can I ask you this though before you go?
Well, no, because I want to rewind. Well, hold on. I'll let you go. I just want to rewind for a quick second. It was a white. So you said he held white women in high reverence and high regard, and he ended up being taken out by the very thing that
he worshipped white women. He worshipped white women.
Okay, and do you think that's what? Okay, well, it's funny. Anytime you people talk about us dating outside our race, they say, well, you guys worship
you people. Aren't you one of us?
Well, I'm talking about black women.
Aren't you black American?
Yes, I am black American, but just because I date white girls doesn't mean Now, this guy who got killed, I would say that he probably worshiped black women. But by the same token, anytime a guy like me dates outside of my race, we're told that we worship. No, I don't worship anybody. I worship myself.
No, well, I'm not just simply talking about just dating. I'm talking about what he went out. When people go out of their way to put stuff out there in the public Twitter and whatnot to proclaim their ill will about something else in comparison of something else, you're really putting an emphasis on that other thing, and you're giving reverence to that other thing. And that's
no. Listen. Well, hold on. Just because now I understand where. Well, hold on. No, and I understand. When you prefer, like, let's just say Pepsi and Coke, right? I have a sweet tooth, so when Pepsi is available, I will drink the Pepsi rather than the Coke. Just because I don't like Coke as much as I do Pepsi does not mean that I hold Pepsi in high regard. But here's the problem. Black women in this country and in this day and age have degenerated so far that compared to other races, it looks like it's funny because it does look like we're worshiping them. You want to know why? Because we're so much happier. Okay, I'll pause it there because we have callers on the line. I'll get back to that shortly. The phone number, Jabari Henson with the $2 super chat, 516-387-1987. It's at the bottom of your screen. 516-387-1987, bottom of your screen. Let me read out these super chats, then we'll go right to the phone lines. James Wingate with the $1 super chat. Appreciate that. Dre Raven with the $5 super chat says, war in Ukraine approaching 100K in KIAs on both sides. Cities leveled. Brittney Griner most affected. Knees Duts 312 says, Dear black women, you were equally silent about the U.S. Marine who is still being held over there. Get bent. James Wingate again with a $5 super chat says, because most black men don't support LGBTQ, I check my luggage and rules to enter a country. Black woman has never been on the black man's side. What LTBQ was quiet on her also. Yeah, exactly. St. Jim, $2 super chat says, I will never forget how they cheered when Kevin Samuels died. So let's go to the phone lines, 516-387-1987. Let us go to Julian in Lake Elsinore. You're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, what's up?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I wanted to say really quickly before I do share what I have, though. Do you recall when I said fuck you and good night? I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the critics of Kevin Samuels, you know?
Oh, okay. All right. That's no problem.
Because Kevin Samuels, I wanted to apologize on that because Kevin Samuels, he died loving the black community.
Right.
Like what Jesus said, pray for those who persecute you.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Sometimes I'll shoot.
Anyway.
Sometimes I'll shoot first, ask questions later. But I got you.
All right. Anyway, my view is this: the black community has castigated you. They castigated Kevin. They castigated Tommy Sotomayor for merely telling the truth.
That's right.
And yet somehow you are supposed to care about black women who don't give a fuck about you.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Seriously.
It is amazing. It is amazing to me, Julian. It is always amazing to me that black women still wonder why we don't protect them. They still wonder why we don't protect them. But again, they, just like you said, they castigated. They eviscerated Tommy. They eviscerated Kevin. Anytime a prominent black male figure dies who actually tells the truth, they openly celebrate his death. But then wonder why I'm not out in the streets protesting for a woman who broke the law in another country. Sorry, not doing it.
I agree. I would say it like this, all right?
Okay.
If black women want black men to stop to care about them, for one thing, they need to stop forcing them out of the home. Like, the black community has the highest rate of fatherlessness of all the communities.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%.
If black women want black men to care about them, stop celebrating when black men get murdered by white women or just in general.
No.
And stop rioting and
No. Listen, I totally agree. Thanks for the call, Julian. It looks like Jalen Hurts is going to play on Saturday. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think Jalen Hurts should play. Either way. Let's go to the next caller. Jay Blaze, you are on the line with Donovan. Jay Blaze, what's going on, brother? What you got?
You're right. Gardner Minshew should play because he's one of the top 5 backup quarterbacks. And dude, they already have the division sewn up.
We got the division sewn up, and even if we lose to the Cowboys, we are still in first place, and we still have the inside track for the number 1 seed. So if I don't know, if he's not really hurt as bad as we thought he would, I guess I'm okay with that. And here's another thing: Jalen Hurts is almost never hurt. This is a freak accident. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So we are seeing a victimhood hierarchy, and Brittney Griner hit all the triple threat. She was black, woman, and a lesbian. And I think black men are finally realizing their mothers lied to them. The mothers who sold out to the left and just took paydays instead of keeping their families together. Or going exactly. And so black men are supposed to be the moral compass of this country, and I think they're starting to wake up and get back to it.
Wow. Listen, I couldn't agree with you more, Jay Blaze. I gotta let you go because the lines are absolutely jammed. I'm gonna let the screener. We've got. Actually, I guess I shouldn't have cut him off. All right. Well, either way. While the screener is screening the other call, let us continue with this ridiculous phone call. Oh my God, look at him with a Becky over there. He worships her. No, he doesn't. She just treats him well. She actually smiles and she thanks him for his time.
Was he put all that emphasis on that white woman in the end? Was it worth it? He was only 27 years old. I'm trying to ask the question simply. You have a problem with black women not having a
I don't.
response?
No, I don't. No. Hold on. I don't. Hold on. Caller. I need you to stop. Now, see, I need you to stop. I need you to stop talking through me. I don't have a problem with black. Listen, I don't give a fuck about y'all not protesting with me. I didn't have a problem with it. I asked the question, why aren't black women up in arms? And I made the correct assumption. Well, the reason why black women aren't up in arms about this dude is because he was killed by a white woman, and black women hate it when black men choose white girls over them. That's y'all's problem.
I don't hate it at all.
Sounds like you do.
I just want to ask the question though: what's wrong with black men's feet and hands though to protest themselves? for these deaths? Why?
There it is. There it is. This is a black woman who just asked me, what's wrong with black men protesting themselves? Protesting themselves. You see that? You see that? Black women want us to protest for them, yet they openly celebrate our deaths. Not going to happen. Okay, let's go to Jabari in Colorado. Jabari in Colorado, you are on live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
How's it going, Donovan?
Doing good, man.
I'm a big fan of yours. You are the GOAT, man. I just wanted to chime in on the Brittney Griner thing. All I had to really say about it was it's just yet another shift of accountability.
Yep.
So for her mistake, they want to hold the black men, not the black community, but the black men accountable, for something that she did instead of, her being accountable, or any women for that matter.
Right.
And I also think it's interesting that we traded her for the Merchant of Death.
Yes.
I don't like the fact that she was in a Russian prison. I do think it's kind of unbelievable that we made that trade, though. And it kind of shows where our foreign affairs and, our policies are headed towards. So it's pretty much all I had on it.
Well, thanks for calling, Jabari, and thanks for your support over the years, man. I appreciate it.
For sure, man. Have a good one.
Okay, let us continue with that phone call. Again, 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987.
Why can't they go out there by themselves?
That's a good question.
And protest this.
Very good question. Very good question. And I agree with you.
Why are y'all trying to link us to this situation? And you have a problem more than I do.
It doesn't. Well, hold on, caller. It doesn't sound like you're asking a question. It sounds like you're trying to make a statement. You don't really want to know why we're not out there protesting.
I do want to know.
No, you don't. No. Hold on. You don't want to know. You just want to point out. Well, we're not going to be out there. We're not going to be out there protesting with you. I agree, caller. I agree. Listen, caller. I agree with you. I agree with the fact. Now, I'm not every black man, but I don't know why black men aren't out here protesting for this black man. But I know why black women aren't.
Well, what I'm saying is
y'all are
black
mad.
men have such a problem with us.
I don't have. Listen, I'm telling you right now.
They do the same thing that we used to
caller. Sweetheart, I have no problem with black women not marching for black men. I have no problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. I simply asked the question, and it was really a rhetorical question. Why aren't black women up in arms about a white woman killing a black man? And the answer is, and always will be, is because black women do not like it when black men date outside their race.
Beyond recognition.
This is so funny. I had you muted that whole time and you were still talking. Are you still talking? I had you on mute. Wait, hold on. Whatever you said, go back and say the whole, because you wouldn't stop talking. Go back and say what you said before, because I didn't hear anything you said.
I was trying to have a dialogue back and forth.
Oh, please. Well, go ahead. Now is your time. The floor is yours.
I'm just asking the question: if you have a problem with black women not out there,
no, I don't.
What is wrong with men?
I don't have a problem.
I don't. Utilizing their own agency.
You're right.
To protest against what's going on against them because it's escalating.
Okay. See, there you go again. Now I have you muted. You're not asking me a question. You're just making a statement. If you want to make a statement, say, hey, look, I'm going to make a statement. But you keep saying, I want to know why, and then you make a statement. I don't have a problem with the fact that black women are not protesting for this guy's death. And I agree with you. Black men should be out there protesting. This is the way I protest, is I bring attention to it. Go ahead.
I'm saying a statement and a question at the same time because I think it's been missed this whole entire time.
Well, sweetheart, you can only do, okay, that's fine. You can only do one at a time. If you want an answer to a question, just ask the question, I'll answer it, then you can make the statement. Capiche?
Okay, my question is, what's wrong with black men protesting themselves?
Nothing.
And they are not, though. So what's wrong with that picture?
That's wrong. Black men should absolutely be protesting their own deaths. I agree. You see, this woman just wanted to argue. She just wanted to argue. I actually agreed with her on this, but she just wanted to argue.
So shouldn't they be mad about so many men are being set up supposedly by this white Becky and others, and that they're being lied on and this and that and the other? Shouldn't they feel compelled at some point to want to utilize agency among themselves and come together against what's attacking them and taking them out?
Attacking them and taking them out. Again, this woman is indicative of black women. This woman is the caricature of black women. She's the caricature of black women. We're not going to protest for you because black men don't like black women. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. But you can't then turn around and ask, well, where were you when the Brittney Griner situation went down? I was living my life. Dude, I've broken the law many, many times. You want to know what happens when you break the law? You get arrested. That's what happens. You get arrested and punished. Brittney Griner broke the... I'm not saying Brittney Griner's a bad person. And like I said, man, like when I saw her getting off the plane back in America, that was kind of cool to see. I don't want... Dude, nobody wants our American citizens in Russian prisons. That's the last place we need to be. But by the same token, she broke the law. Bottom line, she broke the law. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to Bobby in California. Bobby in California, you're on live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Donovan, how you doing, my man?
Doing good, brother.
Good. You know what? Two things. I'll be as fast as I can. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for you holding the helm. Not saying that you came in after the late Brother Samuels, but what I mean is you're one of the ones that are keeping it real and keeping it on. I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
On the other end, with the Brittney Griner situation, now I just heard you a minute ago. Yeah, nobody wanted to see her in a Russian prison. But this is the question I have. Would there have been just as much outrage, just as much protesting, and would this sitting president had done that if that had been a black man?
Ooh, that is a very good question. Here's a better question.
Well, Donovan, I would venture to say that black man would still be in a Russian prison right now.
You think so, huh? Yeah, I think, you know what? I think I agree with you. Here's a better question, Bobby. Mm-hmm. If that was a black man sitting in Russian prison, would black women be protesting trying to get him out like she did with Brittney? I think the answer is no.
Well, let's make it personal.
Okay.
Let's say if that was me, the only ones that would be going forth and trying to get me out of the women in my own family. After that, probably not.
There you go. That's exactly right. Yes, if I were locked up in a Russian prison somewhere, my mother and my sisters would be doing whatever they can. But yeah, outside of familial ties, and we know this to be true. We know that here's the thing, Bobby. It's not that, and I don't give a damn that black women don't advocate for black men who are in these situations. I don't care. What has become abundantly clear is we don't need them anymore. Black men do not need black women. And so I don't give a fuck what they do or what they don't do in terms of protesting. But what really just shocks me is that they openly celebrate the deaths of black men. They openly celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels. They openly celebrated the death of Kobe Bryant. Yeah. There were women making tweets like, I hope his last moments of him reaching for his daughter being burned alive. What? And you expect us to march the streets for a woman who's a part of a group that doesn't give a fuck about us but broke a law in another country? Sorry, not happening.
Well, you know what, Donovan? You know what? This is the bottom line as well, and you're right in what you just said. This is the thing. I love black women. I had a black mother. You know, God rest her soul. Mm-hmm. I was married twice to black women and everything. But you know what? I've kind of been like, Baskin and Robbins, if I can say that. 31 flavors. I don't care what ethnicity it is, as long as, I'm treated right and I can treat that person right. But it is unfortunate that, let's say, the women that look like us, mm-hmm. For the most part, sometimes do not have our backs. See, the thing is this. What I see with other ethnicities is this. They may not like some of the things that their men do, but they are never going to openly, on a large scale, disrespect them or anything, they'll do that behind closed doors.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But on the media and all that kind of stuff, no, they're not going to do that, because at the end of the day, they're going to go ahead and fall in line with what's going on, whether they like it or not.
That's right.
And they're not going to let you, the public, see anything different.
And you want to know why? And thanks for the call, Bobby. And the reason why you won't see that is because other races of women have respect for their men. Listen, it's an open secret that black women don't respect black men. They don't respect us. They don't respect us. They used to, they don't anymore. It is what it is. I'm not trust me, I'm not losing sleep over that. But they're the only race of women that openly celebrate the death of their men. It's unbelievable. I am absolutely blown away by it. Hispanic people don't do it. Latinos don't do it. Asian people don't do it. White people don't do it. Black women openly celebrate the deaths of black men. But then they have the gall to ask, where were you when the Brittney Griner situation went down? Living my life. Let's go to Big Daddy in Toronto. Big Daddy, you are on live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Donovan, what's shaking, man?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Not so much. I just want to chime in on that lady that called in.
Yeah.
To me, she sounds like a bitter 40-year-old black woman who has nothing better to do.
Yep.
She definitely has 1,000% insecurities because brothers ain't choosing up on her. Because if brothers were choosing up on her, she wouldn't be bitter and being resentful and hurt and feeling all kind of ways. So it's an issue that she has within herself that she has to fix. You can't blame society. You can't blame what other people are doing just because they're not getting within their community. It's an issue with her that she has complex issues. She has complex issues.
Okay, so let me just make sure I'm understanding you correctly, and I think I agree with you. So you're saying that the woman that called she feels some type of way about the fact that black men aren't looking in her direction anymore, so now she's going to besmirch them.
Exactly, yeah. So she feels a certain way, and she's taking it up. She's just playing the blame game and saying, why aren't brothers choosing up on her?
Yeah.
So it's an insecurity thing. And as soon as the way she's talking, it's like she's making it look bad on she's giving a bad name to black women.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly right. Thanks for the. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off too quickly. Let's go to Marcus in New Jersey. Marcus in New Jersey, you're on live at Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, big brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing? It's been a while.
Pretty good, man. I'll subscribe to you, man. I'm going to say a couple of things real quick, short and sweet.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are missing, and I know you have other calls ahead of me, but do your research before you go to another country.
Oh, my God, man.
So you won't get booked.
Unbelievable.
I mean, if you have CBD oils or cannabis oil, whatever the case may be, and you're going to another country, especially Russia, do your research before you do it. You're not untouchable. You can always be touched.
Not only that, Marcus, it's Brittney, and Brittney used to play professional basketball in Russia during the offseason from the WNBA. And I think there was probably something in her saying, hey, you know what? Maybe this is against the law, maybe it's not. But I'm Brittney Griner. I play here professionally. There's not no. You cannot break laws in other countries and expect to be given preferential treatment. It does not work that way.
Exactly.
It does not work that way.
Not because of her celebrity status. At the end of the day, untouchables can still be touched. And also, that caller from California that you brought up, right? I remember that episode vividly.
Oh.
You had that hypersensitive woman from Georgia.
Oh,
that
yes.
Was one of your. Oh my gosh, she was the worst, man.
She was crazy. I might play.
I'll never forget that episode. and a Singapore cane. And the Singapore cane is I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or anything like that, but back in the day, like ECW,
Sandman,
he always had a Singapore cane.
That's oh my, wow, you took it way back. You're exactly right. Sandman from the ECW did have a cane. How about that? All right, very good. Thanks for the call, Marcus. Taking it. Dude, ECW.
Love you, brother.
You too, man. Appreciate it. ECW. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let us continue. Area code 706, I see you on the line. I'll get my screener to you. In the meantime, let's continue to watch this nonsense. Oops. There we go. Yeah, this is what my show is. This is what my show is predicated on. I teach men to vet women thoroughly, regardless of race, so that they are not put in the position that this person was in.
But I'm talking about this case and the cases before, because
there's nothing that can be. Listen. There's nothing that can be done about this. This man made a poor decision. This man stuck his dick in crazy, caller, and it doesn't matter what race of woman this is. You stick your dick in crazy, this can happen to you. Unfortunately for him, he ran up on a white girl who clearly played the game better than he was. It is what it is. So what I'm going to teach men is, hey, guys, if there's a hot, blonde, white girl, hey, understand she's going to treat you well, but if she has a little bit of crazy in her, if she's had a DUI, if she has a machine hooked up to her car that won't let her drive unless she blows a .00, you might want to stay away from her. This gentleman clearly did not have the requisite experience to eliminate this woman from his life, and it ended up costing him his life. So, do you see this? So you see this? I just told her, I teach men like Christian Obumsely to stay away from women like Courtney Taylor. If he sticks his you-know-what in crazy, then guess what? That's on him. But no, this woman wanted to argue. That's all she wanted to do.
Or she says she only date rich black men. That might be a red flag right there.
Could be.
Because that's what she said.
Okay, so then you might want to talk to
I only date rich black men. So if you ain't got the money and you run out of money, then you might have problems with this woman who is seeking your money at all times. And if you ain't got the money, she might loaf the fuck up and become crazy.
She might, and guess what?
That's the demonic.
Hold on. Wait, now you're telling me that white women are demonic. Okay, whatever. Listen, all women.
Well, I'm saying people that tell you what they're doing and what they're about, they might not be lying about what they're doing and what they're about. If they're telling you outright, I only are dating you because you got money or you told me you have money.
Okay, so you think that women who only date rich black guys are bad people?
I think that if that's all they're seeking you out for and not thinking about you as a human being first and maybe other things that you might contribute to a relationship, that might not be the go-to.
Well, that's she thinks she's clever. Sweet of you to say, but we here in this community, we understand that there is no such thing as unconditional love. There's just not. Okay, so she's a white girl who likes to date rich black guys. Guess what? A lot of women like to date rich black guys, caller, but that doesn't seem to stop them. The only people that have a problem with white girls who date rich black guys are black women like you. That's really the problem. Listen, if you're mad that black men,
I don't have a problem with her,
clearly you do. Clearly you do. Listen, look.
I'm not even mad about it.
Then why did you call my show?
Sleep over it.
Then why did you?
Black men have the same capability as I to protest and stop trying to tell us what to do and do it.
No, listen, listen, and I trust me. I know that I could never tell anyone like you what to do and how to do it. I can certainly appreciate that.
You already know.
There you go.
I'm God's child. I'm a warrior. I'm God's child for real. Righteous as hell.
Are you
God's child?
Let me go Kevin Samuels on you. Oh, get ready for this. This is where I absolutely dunked on this bitch. How old are you?
I mean, you can't go Kevin Samuels on me because that's not going to happen. We're having a show about this dude who died.
Let me take a stab at this. You are over the age of 40. You're not married, and you have at least 3 children. How's my aim?
Okay, you may be right and you may be wrong.
Bingo. There it was. I absolutely nailed her. Absolutely on point. Well, maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Translation. Gotcha.
But what is the point?
The point is, this is why my showing. The point is. No. See, hold on. You asked me, and then hold on. See, now there you go. This is listen. Women like you Women like you are the reason why my show exists. I just sat here and told you I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I sat here and told you what your age was. I told you what your marital status was. And I even told you how many kids you have. And you want to know what is the point? That is the point. But you didn't want to really know what the point was. I got you, and you did not want to admit that. The point is that that's why this side of the internet occurs. I advise men to stay away from the white girl on your screen. I also advise men to stay away from women like you. That's really what this comes down to. Look, if you're pissed off that the men you want other kinds of women, just say as much. And just like, and I agree with you, caller, if black men shouldn't sit around and bitch and moan about what black women ain't doing. Listen, black women not going out and protesting for black men, that's just another thing y'all ain't doing for us. That's just all, that is just all there is to it. Y'all ain't done nothing for us for a while. We don't expect nothing now. So that I agree with. And you just sat here and said, people will tell you what they are your whole entire life. Listen, black women have made it clear to black men, y'all ain't gonna do shit for us. So pardon me for asking that particular question. I agree with you. We absolutely need to be doing for ourselves. By the same token, you also need to be doing for yourselves. You see, if we have the agency to go out here and make changes for ourselves, then you black women go out here and bitch about our agency. You don't want us early, but now you don't. But now when we get with a white girl, now all of a sudden there's a problem. I've got other callers, but I will give you the last word. Go ahead.
And how he's treating those women in his camp. He's treating them like hoes and talking crazy to the men and everybody. He's making them feel like, or
who are you talking about?
As if they're all his slaves.
Who are you? Wait, hold on.
What he's been doing, and a lot of these.
Whoa! Hold on, caller. I don't know. Hold on, caller. I don't know who you're talking about. I had you on mute for the last minute.
I'm talking about Carbonation. Used to be Nature Boy. He changed his name to Three God, who is out here.
I have no idea who that
pimping men and women alike in his cult. And I'm trying to tell you, the mentality of a lot of men these days are not knowing of God at all. They think of themselves as being godly. They think of themselves having this ultra ego that is above and beyond reproach. And I'm trying to tell you that that's not going to work in this community no more.
And I'm telling you, I don't listen. And I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. If you listen, if you hold on. If you had such a See, now I gotta mute you again. Dude, typical, listen, check this out. You are so typical, you will not shut the fuck up. For God's sakes, shut up. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy smokes. Yeah, she was talking that entire time. Holy God almighty. I was gonna give her the last word. I don't know. Should I give her the last word? All right. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Go ahead.
I know I hurt you. God be with you, though.
Oh, she hurt me. All right. Well, yeah.
God be with you, though.
You don't want God to be with me. You don't like me. See, this is one thing I love about. No, hold on, woman, lady. This is funny. No, this is so funny. Women like you people always want to come off as godly. God be with you, caller. You don't give a fuck about me. If I were to go out and get shot in the head right now, you wouldn't give a shit. So don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. You said no. See, you're not gonna talk now. You're not gonna talk over me. You said God be with you. With all due respect, go fuck yourself. You don't want God to be with me. People like you always like to, and this is when we know people like you get angry. You guys start throwing around God. You don't care that whether God is with me or not. Stop trying to act like you give a shit about me, because I don't give a shit about you. Okay? You're not gonna. I mean, if you want to come on and virtue signal and all that good stuff, you can say God be with me. God be with me. That's fine. You can try and lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. You can go fuck yourself, because I don't care about you or people like you. I'll give you the last word. Caller. Okay. Well, I guess she left. Oh wait, there she is. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm asking, do you have a problem with the
word
God?
Man. Hey.
Yeah, I basically just drowned her out and hung up on her ass. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. Let's go to Kyle. Let's go to Kyle in Georgia. Kyle in Georgia. You're on the line with Donovan. What's on your mind, brother?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, this is Big Bro. Okay, got you. Yeah, you're the Big Bro.
Okay.
By the way,
thank you.
I've been watching your content for quite some time. I am a retired military vet.
Okay.
And I've been retired for just a tad bit over a year, and I am telling you, the state, it's not even a state of emergency anymore. It's literally like a mass. It's going to be a mass exodus. That's the reason why, when Kevin Samuels passed away, that's the main reason why you actually started seeing like a large influx of YouTube videos and stuff of like the passport rolls or whatever.
Yeah.
I spent the vast majority of my career overseas, and I am telling you, what's going on here is horrible.
Yeah.
And I love the work that y'all have been doing. I'm a big supporter of you. I'm a big supporter of Fresh and Fit.
Good.
I'm a big supporter of Kevin Samuels. God rest his soul. God rest his soul. But I noticed that when he passed away, when Kevin passed away, that's when I started to say I'm not quite sure how the YouTube algorithm works, but that's what started happening. These videos of like all these guys like going overseas and getting passports and stuff. They just started popping up.
Yeah,
and
I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I don't think that's coincidence at all, Kyle. I think black men, black men are sick. Yeah. Dude, black men are sick and tired of black women, man. They really, really are. And then dudes like me.
It's Brother Don. It's not even that. It's not even that because you know what? Guess what? Brothers are going to Africa. They're going to South America.
Oh, okay, gotcha. American
they have
black
melanated women down there. It really does not matter.
Right.
It's just dealing with most of the Western women here.
There it is.
Now you're only a couple, maybe about 2 or 3 years. I'm 42 years old. So, so I was born and raised here, but the vast majority of my military career was spent overseas.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it is not. This is like no harm, no foul, no nothing, no anything. It's just simply. It's just not the same America that we grew up in.
That's right. You're right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Women today are in, and you and I are around the same age. I'm 45. You're 42. I remember when you and I were school age. Like it was cool to be a kid. Like it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had our issues, but that's what adolescence and childhood is all about. But the West has become, Western women have become they've become untenable. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. There is no hope. There is no hope, man. I consider myself to be lucky to be in a relationship with a Western woman who doesn't drive me up the wall. It's just one of these things. And I'll give you the last word after this. Yeah. One thing that I was actually wrestling with this mentally recently, Kyle, and I remember having this conversation with Devin. I was like, you know what? If somebody were to ask me, if my kid brother were to ask me, you know what, Donovan, you give all this relationship advice. If you can give me one type of advice, what advice would you give me? And I would tell him, you got to leave the country, man. If you want a relationship, if you want to be in a relationship of consequence with a woman that you love and trust, who also loves and trusts you, you can't do it in America. You really can't. And so now that goes to, well, then why am I selling courses about how to build a quality woman from the ground up, how to train your woman? Well, it's simple, Kyle. Most men either can't or won't go overseas. So I got to teach men how to deal with women here. I'll give you the last word, man.
Yeah. No, just simply put, I've had to, but again, the vast majority of my military career was actually spent overseas. So I've been 100% oblivious to everything that has been going on here. So I hadn't even been paying attention to what has been going on here. But since I've retired, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I come back here and I was like, oh, well, yeah, it's really.
It's bad. It's bad, man.
that it's as Austin would say, Austin Holloman. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his channel or whatever, but he said it's that bad.
Yeah.
And that's the way that it is. And I'm not dissing like any of the women here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you expect a traditional man to be a traditional woman, it's just that simple.
That's it. That's exactly right.
That's it.
Wow, comment of the dude. That's a comment of the day. If you want a traditional man, you got to be a traditional woman. Kyle, thank you very much for your support, man. I appreciate you calling.
All right, love you, brother.
You too, man. Take care. Yeah, man. Listen, Kyle nailed it on the head. Kyle nailed it. He nailed it on the head. Women want traditional men without being traditional themselves. They want all of the benefits that masculinity can provide them without being required to give us feminine benefits. The L Factor with the $10 super chat says, I run from American black women like they're an agent from the Matrix. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. An agent from the Matrix. Jesus Christ. Miami J is in the house. Good to see you in here. He says, the only black girl I ever dated was a Brit. Yeah. Yeah. He said he runs from American black women like they're an agent from the Matrix. That's funny. I'm going to play one more phone call. For you guys. And this phone call was from allegedly from a dude by the name of Monty. Buckle up. Oops. And this is on the Courtney Taylor, Kristen Obumsely situation. If you're still out there. Monty, what you got?
Yes, good afternoon. How are you?
Doing good. You?
I'm wonderful. This is my first time calling into your show, and so I'm going to give a different perspective here.
Okay.
So if I'm correct in hearing your broadcast here, you are wanting black women to get out and march for someone that has shown that they despise them, that they have berated them, they have say salacious things about them. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm asking is,
what are you saying?
Well, what I'm asking is why black women are not outraged. I'm not saying that black women need to go
Why should they be? Why should they be?
See, here we go. Well, because a black man was killed by a white woman.
And he also said some disparaging, very disparaging and negative things about black women.
Okay, and so no, hold on. Listen, I'll let you finish. But okay, so he said some disparaging things. Okay, hold on. Okay, so he said some disparaging things about black women. That doesn't mean he deserves to die.
Okay, no one has said that. But what black women are saying is they're no longer going to be the footstool of black men that are filled with self-hatred, that despise them and loathe them when you come from the womb of a black woman.
Oh, boy.
What this simply says is that get the community that you uphold,
mm-hmm.
that you admire,
mm-hmm.
that you give all the praise. You get that community to rally behind you now, because remember, when you disconnect yourself from the womb that you came from, those women that paved the way for you, when you disconnect yourself from that, brother, it's no more coming back from that.
What do you mean?
That's
no coming back.
Ungodly.
Well, hold on. Whoa, wait a minute, Monty. So you're telling me that because both of my parents are black, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So you're telling me, and this is good. I mean, I can respect your opinion. It's all good. So you're telling me that because I came. Keep in mind, I just told him that both my parents were black. There was a bit of a Freudian slip, right at the end of the phone call where I actually said my mother is white. But as you guys just heard, I just said both my parents are black. Let me play that again. No coming back.
Ungodly.
Well, hold on. Whoa, wait a minute, Monty. So you're telling me that because both of my parents are black, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you. Because both my parents are black. There we go. Correctly. So you're telling me, and this is good. I mean, I can respect your opinion. It's all good. So you're telling me that because I came from the womb of a black woman, that because I date non-black women, that is ungodly.
I say it's ungodly for what he did as far as berating, low rating, and disparaging black women and the negative, despicable things that he said. And now you all think that black women should come out and rally behind him?
Oh no. Well, hold on. Let's get one thing straight. I don't want anything from black women. Black women do not have to do anything they don't want to do. If they don't want to come out here and rally behind men who loathe them and hate them, then, dude, I mean, I would be an idiot. I would be an idiot to expect black women to show up to my funeral. Black women the only black women showing up to my funeral, Monty, are my mothers, my sisters, and any other living female relatives I have. My question was simply, why is it that the black community at large is not outraged? And so you're telling me the reason why the black community isn't outraged is because a man whose life was taken by a white woman said disparaging things about black women, and that's why they're not coming to his aid, I suppose.
That's right. That's why I'm not shedding a tear about it. I could care less.
See, that's why I'm not shedding a tear about it. I could care less. But they expect us to cape up for black women who broke the law. Got it.
Because of the fact that when you pick a side from when you disparage the womb or the people that you come from.
I'm not disparaging the womb. No. Hold on, Monty. I don't disparage. Well, hold on. I don't disparage the womb when I talk about the fact that I don't date black women. The womb has nothing to do with my preference as a man. The reason why I date non-black women is because, number one, I've had bad experiences with black women in my youth, and number two, my mother was the worst example of what a feminine black woman should be. I'm not some sort of psychological savant that can just overcome all of that. I happen to love myself very much. If anything, I think that black women are really more. The behavior of black women is more indicative of self-hate because it's black women who get the color contact lenses. It's black women who get the blonde hair. It's black women who get the skin lightening products. There is nothing about me that I have ever had to change to attract the women that I want to attract. So as far as the self-hate is concerned, I think that's a straw man argument.
Okay, I agree with you. I don't support black women wearing all of that stuff you just said. I don't support that either. Okay. I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly, because I do think it's a form of self-hate. But what I will say is, when you just made the statement about the black women, I think you was kind of indicating that black women, you were saying, I think I'm losing my train of thought about what you said. Okay. I can't repeat what you exactly said.
That's okay.
But what I do want to say is that, remember, when the rappers started calling black women all kinds of names back in the 80s and 90s with the music and still today, so what do you expect for her image to be like when you do not uplift her when you do not uplift her in positive things or positive way in the community, in the world, and her image is a bitch and a hoe? What do you expect that people internalize those things and they begin to act those things out? But what I will say
hold on, let me answer your question. Hold on, let me
get this out right.
Let me answer your question, and then you can get that out. Black women have been saying niggas ain't shit forever. They have. That's just all there is to it. So as a black and as a black man who, and again, black women, this is not all black women, but black women talk just as much trash about black men as we do them. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, if this were, let's say if it were a white man that killed a black woman, I think I would still be feeling some type of way, but I agree with you. I would not be out there. I'm not going to be out there protesting and because I've never protested for anything, but black women are responsible for their image, caller. That has nothing to do, if black women want to break the stereotypes that are perpetuated about them on TV and rap videos, well, there's just one thing to do. They need to live differently. The reason why they're portrayed in such a way in television and video and music videos is because art imitates life. Black women have only themselves to blame for the state that they're in. Now you can go ahead and finish.
Okay, first of all, none of the women that you see on TV are women that I associate myself with. So I'm not quite sure what black women you see, but the women in my family and the women that I deal with on a daily basis, none of them act the way that you see that the people are act on television.
Well, congratulations.
I
got you, caller. And congratulate. Listen, and shout out to you, because I come from a family that doesn't act like they do on TV. So congratulations to you and me. We are the statistical anomaly. But hold on, we're the statistical anomaly. But caller, stereotypes exist for a reason. People didn't just decide, you know, we're going to make up this caricature of black women. No, black women are accurately portrayed on television and movies because this is the way they act in real life. You ever seen the movie Why Did I Get Married?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and would you say that is accurate? That is an accurate depiction of the typical black woman's behavior?
No.
Okay, well then I think you need to get out more.
No. I'm in my 60s, and trust me, I have been around women all my life.
Okay.
And none of the women that I have seen have acted like that. But what I do want to pick it back on is this thing about you swirlers. You swirlers have a tendency to think that if you down black women, somehow that's uplifting a white woman. A lot of white women are catching on to this thing about what you all are doing. You all are trying to denigrate black women just to uplift a white woman up or a Latino woman up. But at the end of the day, let me tell you, those men in those communities do not like the fact that you all are dating their women.
And guess what, caller? And when you want to know something, Monty? You want to know something, Monty? I don't give a fuck if those men in their community like that I'm fucking their women. I can exactly, and neither should you. And here's something else that I will tell you, because it sounds like there's some, and I believe that you don't know any women who act like women today. You're in your 60s. Black women who are your age don't act like women today. So you are defending a generation of women that you have nothing to do with. You said it yourself. All those black women I have nothing to do with. And I believe that you came from a family of respectable black women, but you're going to have to understand that we're talking about two different generations here.
I see young black girls every day working, every day in stores working, saying, yes, sir, thank you, ma'am, thank you, sir. So they're the typical black woman that I have met all my life. Now, I just mentioned to you, am I proud of the image that I see? I do not look at Atlanta Housewives. I do not look at Love and Hip Hop. I do not look at anything that Tyler Perry makes. I think it's all garbage.
Yeah, so do I.
So what I'm saying is there are a lot of us that are not proud in what we see in black women. And I have said this on a lot of platforms, and I have said the same thing you said, that black women definitely need to take their image back. But at the same time, when you have people in high places offering people money in order to turn against their community, to make their women look like a certain thing, what do you think they're going to do? And I feel like, to me, that it's treasonous on a lot of these people that do that take the bag and represent their communities in such a negative light. So you don't get no argument with me about that, because I refuse to. I say like this, eagles do not fly with buzzards. I consider myself an eagle, and there's no way I would never fly with a buzzard. And I think you know what that means. So my thing is, let's stop this thing about trying to bash all black women when we know that they are the cradle of the black society and the black community. Back in the day when Monty,
do respect, Monty, do respect, Monty. This is not back in the day. Listen, black women were to be the black women of yesteryear. That is the black woman that needs to exist now. Okay, the black woman that you're talking about, I don't know if you know this, Monty, they don't exist anymore. And I understand where you're coming from, because you know respectable black women. But then you said something about you swirlers, you're denigrating black women to uplift white women. I don't need to denigrate black women. They do. Hold on, real quick. Let me finish. I don't need to denigrate black women because they do a more than adequate job all by themselves. Number one. Number two, I don't need to exalt white women. Number one, because of course they make better partners than black women for me. I don't have to uplift. I don't have to. Hold on. Just real quick. I don't have to denigrate. Okay. I don't have to denigrate black women. They do a more than adequate job all by themselves. I simply talk about it. I talk about why I don't date black women. If that makes me a bad guy in your eye, then I guess that makes me a bad guy. But it is what it is.
Listen. Black women ain't pressed about you not dating them. What they want you to do is leave them alone. Keep their name out of your mouth.
Well, guess what? Guess what, Monty? This is a free country, and I can talk about whatever and whoever I want to. What say you to that?
And that's the part that black women are saying. Leave us alone. If who you want, leave us alone.
What do you mean, leave them alone? I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So what about the women? So what about the black women who also say niggas ain't shit? I'm not telling them not to say niggas ain't shit. If they think niggas ain't shit, then niggas ain't shit. It is what it is.
I'm just saying, if you got what you want as a partner and you're satisfied and happy, then leave them alone. Leave them to their own devices.
No, Monty, I'm not going to leave. No, Monty, I'm not going to leave them alone. You want to know why I'm not going to leave them alone? Is because, no, hold on, Monty. Now I need you to let me finish. The reason why I'm not going to, quote, leave them alone is because guys like me, we got to warn other brothers like myself. Okay, I got to let them know, hey, check this out. There are some good black women out there, but the odds are not in your favor, fam. There are so many black men, Monty, probably like yourself, who probably don't believe they can date outside their race. This is why black men get caught up in the trap. Then a guy like me comes along and says, hey, guys, I have dated non-black women successfully, I might add. And black men are like, and you know what, Monty? Some black men agree with me and some don't. Some may say, you know what? White girls aren't really my cup of tea, but I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the knowledge. But I'm not going to not stop talking about black women just because you asked me to. No, I can talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about, and there's nothing you or anyone can do about it.
And they're not going to stop talking about no good for nothing, trashy black men. And they're not going to stop doing that.
Okay, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
And they're not going to continue. And they're not going to continue to protest and rally behind black men.
We don't need them to. Monty, we don't. Listen, do you hear this? Do you hear this? Monty's from Alabama. The other girl was from California. This is how black women feel, guys. This is how black women feel about black men. This is how they feel about it. And I'm not pressed about it. I really, dude, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I sleep great at night knowing that black women could not give less of a fuck about men like me. I don't care. Do not care. But don't then turn around and ask, Brittney Griner deserved better from you. Nope. Brittney Griner got exactly what she deserved. She broke the law. She broke the law. She got arrested. She served a few months in prison. That's it. She broke the law, man. She broke the law. And me as a black man, I am not about to. I'll finish this Monty phone call. Let me point out another story here for you guys. This is something else. This is something else that a lot of people, especially in the sports world, probably know about. Probably don't remember. Michael Smith's career was destroyed by Jemele Hill. Michael Smith was one of the top guys at ESPN. One of the top guys at ESPN. But because he went out on the limb and defended Jemele Hill, he then got fired from ESPN. Let's watch. Or let's listen. So the name of the article is Jemele Hill thought Michael Smith resented her for ending their SC6 show on ESPN. It's been more than 2 years since Jemele Hill left ESPN amid controversies over tweets about then-President Donald Trump and concerns that she was bringing more political discourse into her SportsCenter show with Michael Smith. Yet, Hill and Smith's rise and fall at ESPN, going from the popularity of their ESPN2 show, His and Hers, getting the coveted 6 p.m. Eastern time slot for SC6, their version of SportsCenter, is still a compelling and intriguing story to tell, especially when mainstream culture seemed to catch up with the sorts of issues regarding racial inequality and social injustice they attempted to raise on the air. Since leaving ESPN himself, Dan Le Batard has devoted many of his South Beach Sessions podcast to conversations with writers and broadcasters who made an impact or gained notoriety at certain points of their careers. This week, he invited Hill and Smith to talk to his podcast to talk about the end of their run at ESPN. Yet, while that story has been told before with several outlets, Le Batard got a bit more personal with the two commentators. Hill admitted that she worried about how her actions may have hurt Smith's career and whether or not he held that against her. My decision to tweet sent his life in a different direction, and that was hard for me to deal with. There you go. There it is. There it is. Jemele Hill destroyed the career of Michael Smith at ESPN. Now, he seems to have recovered. I think he works on Amazon's Thursday Night Football crew. But, dude, Michael Smith was a star at ESPN. he decided to co-brand and running in behind Jemele Hill and defending her and this and that and the other. They said, oh, you're going to defend her? You're up out of here too. You're up out of here too. This black man followed this black woman into destruction. Michael Smith was making money hand over fist, and loved doing it. But because he was out protesting and defending the black woman, he wasn't rewarded for it. He was punished. Guys, I'm here to tell you, defending black women is a risky proposition. I am not about to put myself in danger in any way, shape, or form. Dude, I'm not going to put myself in danger for any woman. Well, I put myself in danger for my mom, my sisters, and Olivia. Those are the 4 women in my life I would put myself in danger for. I'd probably put myself in danger for Devin if she were really in trouble. And again, when I say danger, this is through no fault of their own. Devin, Olivia, my mom, and her 2 sisters, and my 2 sisters. That's it. And there's going to be some context there. I'm not rushing to the rescue if there's some fault. I'll tell you that right now. But I am not about to put myself in danger for women who could not give less of a shit about me. This is what happened to Michael Smith. She destroyed his career. He supported her all the way up until they fired both of their asses at ESPN. They didn't want to just fire. They only wanted to get rid of Jemele Hill. But Michael Smith wanted to be a good black man and defend his black queen, and they got his ass up out of there too. Fuck what you heard. I don't give a damn. Monty, I don't know if you've realized this, okay? But the best and brightest black men don't need black women anymore. We don't. And you can't stand it. And it's okay that you can't stand it. But
I can't stand it.
Clearly you don't.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me tell you one thing. It's not that I can't stand it. I'm happy.
Yeah. Phantom313, $5 says, how about when the black community turned on Deion Sanders for taking the Jackson State job, or for taking the Colorado job when he was at Jackson State? Exactly.
Because you know what? Like I said, eagles don't fly with buzzards. And so a lot of black women are on their own game. They're doing their own thing, and they do not. If you want to swirl and you do that, all they're saying is keep their name out of your mouth.
No.
That's the only thing.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not keeping. Listen, check this out, Monty. I'm not keeping anybody's name out of anybody's mouth. I can talk about Monty. Monty. Now I'm going to mute you because now you're acting like a female. We can have an honest discourse, but I don't want you to talk through me, okay? We can have a conversation, but don't talk over me, all right? You can tell me to keep their name. Hold on. Monty, you can tell me to keep their names out of my mouth, and I'm telling you, fuck no. I can talk about who I want, however I want, and I'll be the one to deal with those consequences. But, dude, my own mother doesn't tell me what I can talk about, and I'm damn sure not going to let you do the same thing. I'll give you the last word.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. I don't understand how you as a black man can sit here and have so much love for a race of people that have done nothing but killed your people, castrated people like you, hung you up on crosses, hung you up on trees, but you love that community, but you hate the community of the people that paved the way for you. You all are some sick people. I tell you the truth. You all black men are some sick things. I tell you, it's no wonder we black people have not excelled.
Monty,
you know
hold on, Monty. You said that I hate the black community, but I love the white community. What the fuck are you on?
You hate the black community. Any of you swirlers, all of you swirlers hate the black community.
All right, okay, all right, Monty. How old are you, Monty? Just for shits and giggles. How old are you?
You don't want to face the truth. That's what it is.
Yeah, that you got me, Monty. How old are you, Monty?
You don't want to face the truth. That's what it is. But I'm gonna tell you just like it is, brother. Listen to me. Like I said, I'm in my 60s and I see what's going on.
I'm sure you do.
And look at the commercials. All they doing, this is propaganda.
Oh man! Hey!
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
I'm letting you talk.
Commercials. This is the game. What they're doing, they don't want no black families. But see, I want black people to be strong enough to rise above that because I peep the game. I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And see, a lot of black men are terrorizing their community. Why you ain't talking about that? A lot of black men are killing their own
Here we
children.
go.
Why you ain't talking about that? A lot of black men are low-rating their own families. They don't even, they drop babies every which way. They ain't doing it. Why you ain't talking about that? But you got the media praising black men, hooking black men with white women, and you know for yourself black men ain't building nothing, black men don't own anything, they don't have no economic base, but yet and still, who do you see on TV with them showing black men and white women? And that, you know why? Because what they're doing is saying, we're going to give you this image here, but it ain't nothing to it, but we're going to give it to you because we want you all now to start separating. That's what it is.
Oh, boy.
You got to know what's going on here. And once you cannot advocate for your black people and lay down with nobody that don't look like you, ain't no way you can do it.
Let me ask you this, Monty. Have you ever been out of the United States?
Sir, I have traveled all over the world.
Okay. All right. And how old are you?
Okay, what's your next question? Next.
Okay. How old are you?
I told you I'm 62 years old.
62 years old. And are you a man or a woman?
I am a male.
Okay. Could have fooled me because you're acting. Here we go.
I love my black people, and I love my black sisters.
And now you know what? And well, Monty, I love my black sisters too. So it sounds to me like you and I are the. Say what? What'd you say?
Just go ahead. Finish your statement.
I said I love my black sisters and I love my white mother too. It sounds like you and I are kind of the same.
Oh, so you have a white mother. Oh.
See, that was a Freudian slip. I told him that both my parents are black, but of course he wasn't listening. I don't have a white mother. This guy, Monty, as entertaining as this has been, let me ask you a question, and I mean this in all honesty. Hold on, Monty. I need to ask you a question. Why are you so angry at guys like me?
No, I'm not angry. What I am is I'm tired of you trying to this narrative. No. You asked me a question. Let me
No. Now I want you to answer the question. Why are you so upset?
I am answering it. I'm not angry at you. I'm just stating my points of view. Now, it may be coming off a little bit of whatchamacallit because I'm passionate.
Because it's okay. Listen, it's okay to be angry. Listen, man, I get angry about shit. It's okay to admit that you're angry.
I'm passionate. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. That's a difference.
Okay. All right.
That's a difference.
That's what you say.
But what I would do, since you have a platform, what I would want you to do is speak more about positive things about the black community.
No, I won't. Not doing it. Nope, not doing it. You want to know why? Hey, check this out. Okay. Hold on. Check this out, Monty. Because now I'm going to school you up on some game. Do you know what the black community, you know how they treat guys like me? Guys who look like me, guys who date the girls I date, guys who sound like me. They call me they call me a bunch of names. Uncle Tom, sellout, blah, 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 blah. You want to know something, Monty? I used to be as pissed off as you about it. But then I did something about it. I separated myself from the people that do not want to uplift me. When I first came to YouTube, Monty, I tried to do the black YouTube thing. Yep. But you want to know what happened? The typical nigga shit. Niggas don't want to have anything to do with me, and black women don't want to have anything to do with me. So you know what? I built what I built without them. And I don't give a damn what you or anyone else thinks. You are acting like a female. It's clear you've been raised by a black woman. I bid you a good day, ma'am. Thank you. Let us go. And that, as they say, was that. Yeah, I Monty really did sound like a female. He really did. He really did. But I played those two phone calls for you guys to illustrate the fact that black women don't come to the aid of black men like that. They just don't. They don't. She can talk about BLM all you want to. Dude, go ask the average rank and file black woman. They all feel the same way. Hell, black women on, dude, even black women on ESPN hate black men. Kimberly, what's her name? The new girl, Kimberly somebody. She doesn't like black men. Malika Andrews hates black men. You know Jamel Hill hates her some black men. God, Jamel Hill, dude, she is a miserable human being. She's a miserable human being. So, to bring this full circle, for this author to suggest that Brittney Griner deserved better from black men, no, Brittney Griner doesn't deserve anything. Not from us. Black women don't deserve anything from black men, man. Y'all don't. You guys openly celebrate our deaths. You openly celebrate when bad things happen to us. Why on God's green earth are we going to go to bat for a woman who broke a law in a foreign country when the group of people she belongs to celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels, Kobe Bryant, etc., etc.? They wish death and destruction on us. Remember the soon-to-be ex-wife of Derek Jackson. May the spirit go down and choke the life out of you until you're no longer breathing. Like, what? No, man, I'm not, dude, yo, I'm not about to do that. Hell no. I don't give a shit. Black women don't advocate for us, fine. But don't come around asking for our help. Brittney Griner got herself into that trouble. She got herself into trouble. And might I remind you that Brittney Griner, like Jamel Hill, she talked a lot of shit about America. Every time Brittney Griner turned around, America this and America that, and this is a terrible country and this and that and the other. But when you got caught in Russia with cannabis, oh, now you love America. Gotcha. Yeah, it's all anti-America. And then when you're in a Russian prison, now all of a sudden you bleed red, white, and blue. Yeah. Sounds about right. Mike Hawk with a $5 super chat says, passionate equals I have the inability to articulate my talking points and I convey them using only emotion. That's a good one. That's a really good one. The L Factor $10 super chat says, Agent Smith openly celebrated when he thought Neo was dead. There you go. That's a very good analogy. You are absolutely right. I don't know what is going on with Jalen Hurts. Man. He has a sprained shoulder. It's not serious. It's not serious. But he was just on the news telling everybody that he's going to play. And I love Jalen. I really, really do. Jalen's my guy. As a matter of fact, and Miami J, I know you're in the chat. I know you don't believe me, but stay with me. Well, I think I can't even admit this. I think I might finally be over Carson Wentz. I might finally be over Carson Wentz. I might. I'm not 100%. Like, I'm not completely over Carson Wentz because when I see his name flash across the bottom, I always want to see what's going on. Like the Washington Redskins have recently said that Taylor Heineke they're going to stick with him for now, but the fans in Washington D.C. are calling now for Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. I got the butterflies. I got the butterflies when I saw it. I did. Yes, Miami J says, don't let Hurts alpha widow you. Yo, real shit. Real shit. Dude, I have been alpha widowed by Carson Wentz. Real talk, dude. Real talk. I might, dude, listen, I can admit it. Dude, Carson Wentz has alpha widowed me, man. Oh my God. Man, dude, he is the one that got away. He's the one that got away. He really is the one that got away. But Jalen Hurts is helping me. He's helping me to deal with it, right? He's helping me to deal with it. Jalen Hurts, fantastic athlete. Probably one of the physically strongest guys in the league. He wasn't the athlete Carson Wentz was, and he didn't have the potential. He didn't hit Carson Wentz's ceiling was through the roof. Like, dude, Carson has it all. Dude, Carson can run, he can throw. The only thing wrong with Carson is what's up here, and he appears to be injury prone. Now, he did go 3 straight years without getting hurt, but then he had the thumb this year. But yes, so my new the new quarterback I'm dating. So the new quarterback I'm dating, he's not as big and strong, right? He doesn't have the same rocket arm, right? He doesn't have the flame sash. He didn't have the same flash and sizzle as my ex, but he's exactly who I need. Jalen Hurts is exactly who I need. He really, really is. He really is. And so hopefully, by the end of the year, I will finally be over Carson Wentz. Yeah, there it is. Miami J says, $2. Carson Wentz alpha with Donovan. Yes. Jay Blaze says Wentz had 0 intangibles. You're right. You're absolutely right. He was an aloof guy. You know, I compare Carson Wentz to Aaron Rodgers from the neck up. Aaron Rodgers, kind of an aloof guy, passive aggressive. And I think that's probably one of the many reasons why Aaron Rodgers has only won 1 Super Bowl. Yeah, I know. I've got the one-itis. Dude. Yeah, Miami J's right. The one-itis for Carson Wentz is strong in this one, dude. I swear to God. I still have one. Listen, I still have the one-itis. I think I'm not over Carson Wentz, but I'm getting there. The quarterback that I am currently seeing, he exudes the qualities that I need. Like I said, Jalen Hurts doesn't have his big of boobs, right? He might not be as leggy. He might not have the aesthetic, the aesthetics that I normally like in my quarterbacks, but he is exactly who I need. Oh my God. Miami J says, bro, play this back and listen to your voice when you talk about Wentz. You need a console with a Rolo. Oh my God. But I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. The Eagles, we've been in this situation before. Trey Raven says Wentz was never mine. It was just Philly's turn. Oh, that's great. Oh my God. You guys are right, man. I'm totally alpha widowed. I really, really am, man. That was gonna be our guy. That was gonna be our guy. But the Eagles have been in this situation before. Quarterback on his rookie deal, having an MVP season. Who gets hurt with 3 games left in the season? Right? It is what it is. Jay Blaze says Wentz just knew your password, Don. It's not your fault. Yo, Wentz had all the passwords. Like, dude, it was love at first sight, man. It was love at first sight. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. But these things happen. But I think that now here's the thing. I don't know. The MVP of the league is Patrick Mahomes. That's what I think. I think Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. I think Jalen Hurts is number 2. And I would love for Jalen Hurts to get that hardware. But if Jalen Hurts wins MVP, that means we got to pay him like one. So I kind of, I would be happy for Jalen Hurts if he wins MVP. But I hope he doesn't so that we don't give him, $50 million a year like they did Aaron Rodgers. Miami J says, I thought Mbappe would snap him out of it. I tried. Yeah. Yep. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know if he's going to play or not. But one thing's for certain, he's not out for the season. And oh by the way, a lot of people let this little factoid get away. A lot of people, Devin says, Hurts for MVP, ignore Donovan Scrooge. I hope he wins it, but I don't. Because if he wins MVP, dude, the price tag goes up. Right? Ooh, Jay Blaze says, you're dealing with what we did with Dak Prescott. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. But Jalen Jalen Hurts is not going to be out for the year. That's what we know. And here, let's not let this little factoid get away. In defense of Carson Wentz, the man threw a touchdown pass with a torn ACL. A lot of people don't remember that. He made a dive for the end zone. A missile hit his leg. He blew up his knee. This dude had a torn ACL and threw a touchdown pass. That's all I'm saying. And Jalen Hurts hurt his shoulder in the middle of the third quarter against Chicago a couple days ago. And he was throwing darts all over the yard. So I don't know if this is some sort of ploy by him and Nick Sirianni to get the Cowboys thinking, wait a minute, is it good? But I don't care. Because if Hurts is hurt, we got to sit him. We have got to sit him. If he is not 100%, we got to sit him. Because whether or not we beat the Cowboys, we're still in first place. And we have essentially a 2-game lead in the race for the number 1 seed. We'll only be 1 game up in the loss column to the Vikings, but we hold that tiebreaker because we dump truck them at the beginning of the season. That's essentially 2 games. So if I'm Nick Sirianni, I say, look, Jalen, I know you want to go, but we got to make sure we have you right for the playoffs. We got to make sure you have a right. We have you right for the playoffs. Miami J says, step 1, block Wentz on all social media, delete the pictures and content. Man, I swear to God, if Carson Wentz texts me, man, it's hard not to look. I don't know that I'm ready to block him yet. I don't know if I'm ready to block him yet. I haven't reached that point. The 12 Days of Christmas sale is still on, gentlemen. The 12 Days of Christmas sale is still on. We've done very, very well. We've done very, very well with the 12 days of TSR Christmas sale. So we're extending it for another day or two. So be sure to go to tsracademy.com, books from $8, courses from $19. I mean, we're blowing everything out. So that's what it was. Jay Blaze says Nick Foles had a bigger dick. No. I think Nick Foles knew how to work it better. I think that's what it was. So, yeah. All jokes aside, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy with Jalen Hurts, man. Like the kid worked his ass off all off season, and we live here in Philly, so we get the local news all the time. Dude, Jalen Hurts, man, this is one of the biggest jumps from year 2 to year 3 I think I've ever seen. Like his jump from year 2 to year 3 was as good as Wentz's jump from year 1 to year 2. And oh by the way, do you know the Philadelphia Eagles all-time single season touchdown leader? Carson Wentz. 33. And he did it in 13 games. I'm just saying. Yeah, pause. Yes, pause. I got to start saying that. That is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Thank you, gentlemen, for all of your super chats. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all the members. TSRacademy.com. The 12 Days of Christmas sale is still on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.